And okay, and nice to meet you. I am Sofia Bodra from Consorzio Sociale Omnia and Cooperativa Sociale Rastrello, and today I will present you a case study based on our direct experience in the EcoeFISHent project. Sorry, because this is my very first lesson. I've been a student, but I've never taught anything, so please be patient and stop me if I'm boring. But I think I'll be brief, also because you have a lesson after this one with Levi Shalom, which is a computer scientist, so he will explain you a lot of things. So let's start from the agenda of today. So I will briefly present you the Consorzio and the Cooperativa Sociale Rastrello through our history and our mission. Then we will see our role in the EcoeFISHent project and why we have been invited to participate, and the reason why. Then we'll go through some more technical aspects, so the definition of the animal byproducts that I think you already seen with Dario Dongo in the previous lesson, and then the process to obtain the authorization to transport the animal byproducts. Then we go deeply in the case study description, so in the detailed description of the logistic operations. Of course, this is performed through a big collaboration with other technical partners, so both the computer scientists, the project hub that coordinates everything, the many partners, because it's complex to put things together. And then again, the place for answer and question and answer at the end. So, Consorzio Sociale Omnia is a legal entity which represents a group of cooperatives, especially type B cooperative, and it's in Italian sono cooperative di tipo B, which are different from the type A cooperative, because the main issue is to integrate people to work to the labor market. And Omnia comprehends these cooperatives that you can see, so Cooperativa Sociale Rastrello, Cooperativa Genova Insieme, Cooperativa Sociale Maris, Pulirella e Pellicano Verde. These cooperatives are specialized in different sectors: the cleaning services, the environment and ecology, the catering services, transport and health sector services, and the waste management. Cooperativa Sociale Rastrello, to which I belong, is the linked third part of the consortio and performs the operative part in the EcoeFISHent project. Cooperativa Sociale Rastrello has been founded in Genoa in 1985 is a type B cooperative, so the main focus is the labor insertion. Our mission is to integrate to the labor market the disadvantaged people, so all the people with physical and psychological limitations and difficult backgrounds, such as alcohol and drugs addiction, people who stayed in jail, or foreign people who comes from warring countries. The idea is to combine this purpose with the market requests of specialized and high-quality services. Because especially now, the labor market is equal for the cooperatives and the traditional companies, so we have to specialize our people in order to stay on the market. In the next slides, just some pictures of the main sectors. We have 5 main fields of actions. The waste management, so both urban and special waste. So we perform the collection, the transportation, and the disposal of waste, both for public and private clients. And it depends if we have to collect, I don't know, paper, plastic, or special waste, like in the second picture. And then there is the green maintenance sector, which is the biggest one, and the first sector where the cooperative began. And it provides many different services. So from the garden maintenance to the tree climbing services, as you can see in this picture. And we provide natural engineering and creation of green spaces, both in Genoa, in Savona, in the eastern part of the region. And then finally, there are the cleaning service sector. Here, for instance, we have the maintenance of the Aquario di Genova, and then the pest control. So especially in the historical center of the city, we perform this kind of services. Okay, now we can switch to the role of Consorzio Sociale Omnia in the EcoeFISHent project. So we are the logistic partner. It means that in the easiest way to define it, we perform the transportation of the side stream between the partners, and we manage all the logistic aspects. In particular, the consortio has participated to the project thanks to the collaboration with AMIO, which is the municipal company for waste management in Genoa. We collaborate with them through the years, and then they ask us to participate. We have a long year experience in transportation and waste management. During these first 30 months of the project, of course, the operative actions have been performed by Cooperativa Sociale Rastrello, and I managed the project, and then there are some operators that perform the operative actions. So during these first months, we collaborated to the logistics of sample management and to the creation of the workflow from the producer to the extractors, and we collaborated to the realization of the application of the 5W platform that Levi will explain you in the next lesson this afternoon. Then, of course, this is the very first time for us that we participate to an Horizon European project, and there's the very first time that we work with animal byproducts. So I will explain you how we obtain the authorization to transport them. And I will show you the entire process, because as a core business, we manage waste generally, not animal byproducts, not food. So we have to follow a process to obtain this authorization. So I think that we already seen this with Dario, but again, just to define a bit the issue. So the animal byproducts are defined by the regulation 1069 of 2009. They are defined as entire bodies or parts of animal products or animal origin or other products obtained from animals which are not intended for human consumption, including ossities, embers, and semen. The regulation defines also the derived products, so the products obtained from one or more treatments, transformations, or step of processing of animal byproducts. In this case, we talk about derived products. So the side stream that it's generally called waste, but it's categorized as animal byproducts. In particular, in the EcoeFISHent project, we manage the category 3 materials. So this category comprehends the aquatic animals and parts of them, except sea mammals, so not showing any signs of disease transferable to humans or animals. aquatic animal byproducts originated from establishment or plants manufacturing products intended for human consumption. So we will see that our producers, or the side stream providers, are plants or establishment or store as COP, as we will see. Okay, so as I told you, there's a big process to obtain this authorization, and I take the responsibility for the project after one of my colleagues left the cooperative, and she was in trouble with this because it was very difficult to at the first sight to define the animal byproducts, and then to explain to the local sanitarian authority why we have to perform this kind of transportation. That's because the animal byproducts have a different regulation. Is different both from food and from waste, as you have already seen. So from our point of view, we had to follow a procedure in order to obtain this authorization. So we had many contacts with the local authorities. In this case, it's Azienda Sanitaria Locale 3, so of Liguria, in particular in Genoa, so the Genoa department. And of course, they asked for some requirements. One of these is the technical report. So that is a detailed description of the EcoeFISHent project, its purposes and goals, and a description of the entire process and all the parts involved. So the producer, the transporters, and the receiver. We began this process when during the sample management phase, when we had to transport the COP samples to Temis in Legnano, but then it changes. It changed, so now we are in a different phase, so in the implementation phase, but still in a research phase. And thanks to the idea that it's a research project, the local sanitarian authority makes some exceptions to the regulations and let us be authorized to perform this kind of transportation. Okay. So go more deeply in the technical report. I have attached you here. Is in Italian, but it's just a description of the EcoeFISHent project with purposes and goal. I had to add the focus on the work package 1, so on the animal byproducts valorization, because they want to understand why we perform this transportation and what kind of operations we do with these side streams. Then there is a description of the subject involved. In this case, it was made for COP side streams as producers, Cooperativa Sociale Rastrello as transporters, and Temis as yes, they treat the animal byproducts. Then again, it's requested the detailed description of the transportation and logistic operations and the equipment used. So I have to provide them the technical sheets for the boxes for the fridge container, and the address of our legal site, and the operational site. And then they told us to take a register, and because for each transportation, as we will see in the next slides, it's required a document for transportation, as it is for all the other kind of things like food and waste, but in this case it's specific for animal byproducts. So after a very long journey and many contacts with local authorities, we obtained the authorization as transporter. So there is a register, you can find it online, that collects all the companies and private that are allowed to transport animal byproducts. And we are, maybe you can read it. We are registered as with an identification number, with the consortio, the name of the consortio, and the operational site. So Cooperativa Sociale Rastrello is inserted as the operational site. Then I didn't attach it in the slide, but there is the authorization also for the container. So it's a fridge. I will show you the pictures. And the polystyrene boxes. So also the equipment has to be registered, and it has an identification number that it has to be shown on the fridge. And also the vehicle has to, the truck, we have a sign that declare that you are transporting category 3 animal byproducts. Okay. Okay. As I was saying, the one of the very, very important requirement is the traceability, because the Regulation 1069 of 2009 requires industry operators to ensure traceability in relation to animal byproducts or derived products that they ship, transport, or receive. As for all the things that are transferred from one point to another, in particular for this kind of side stream, all the shipment has to be related to a commercial document with the detail with a detailed description of what we are transporting. So it's important to keep records of consignment and related commercial document with details. Animal byproducts must be traceable at all stages of the chain. So from generally, these documents is made in 3 copies. So one from the producer, that has to be, the producer has to sign the document, the transporter, and then the final destination. I call the animal byproducts in ABPs. In the next slide, we will see this abbreviation, but it means animal byproducts. Okay. So let's switch to the more logistic operations. So starting from the providers or producers, side stream producers. So in this case, we are looking at the chain, so from COP and Aqua to the Themis machine based in Genoa. These are 2 very different providers, completely different, I would say, because COP is a very big organization, and so the decision-making process is very complex because it put together many different people, starting from COP Italia. So we have the direct link with COP Italia, and then the operative part is made by COP Liguria, and in particular has been chosen a store, which is Ipercop at Bolzaneto, which is a very big store, which has been chosen for this trial. So it's complex because there are so many parts involved, and but it's very interesting because these kind of side streams are different from the Aqua and the Generale Conserve, so are different from all the others providers in the EcoeFISHent project, because it's a mix. So it comes from many kind of fishes, and it depends on the sales on that day, and also on the season, because of course in winter season there are some kind of fishes that there aren't in summer. So for the research applications, it's very interesting because of this mix. On the other end, there's Aqua, which is a small company based in Lavagna, so in the eastern part of Liguria, and their core business is the offshore mariculture. So they in the open sea of basses and sea breams. So orate e branzini, okay, in Italian. And they have these both in Liguria and Sardinia. So they have a small dimension laboratory, and they realize a very high quality product. In fact, the side streams that have already been analyzed in the first phase of the project, so in the sample management phase, showed very good results because of the quality of the product. Especially if I remember correctly, the gelatin part of the sea bass were very good. So it's an important provider because of the quality of the fish. Of course, to create a similar workflow both for COP and for Aqua, it's difficult because they have very different procedures. They have different dimensions, as I told you, and so they have so we have to compare these two providers and create an operational workflow the more similar, but it's not that easy. It's complex, and I will explain you why. So we've seen the providers, and now we see the transportation that is performed by us, by Cooperativa Sociale Rastrello. So this is the equipment that it's very easy for the beginning. So there's a fridge container that keeps the temperature constant, and it's just a fridge that is connected to the vehicle battery, so it keeps the temperature at for instance, in this case, it's frozen, and it keeps it frozen. And then the polystyrene boxes, which are required by the local sanitarian authority, because, as I told you in the technical report, I had to describe the process and the equipment used in details. So they want that we put the side stream in plastic bags and then in polystyrene boxes. And also this part is a bit difficult because in COP stores there are some procedures. So they put all the side streams together, and they are not refrigerated, not frozen. But for the aim of the project, so for research reasons, they had to change their process, and they had to every, I don't remember, but every, I think, 4 hours they have to keep the side stream and put them in the freezer, because they have to keep the temperature low for healthy reasons, of course. And because we have to, through the whole chain, we have to avoid the cold chain breaches, because in this case the side stream will be damaged. So for us, yes, we have to go to the COP stores or in Lavagna, and we collect the side stream, we put them in the polystyrene boxes, then in the fridge container, and we go to JAM site. The particular things in this case is that I'm explaining something that it's not happened yet, because at this stage of the project we are waiting for the machine, the Themis machine, to be installed in the GM site, and I will show you some pictures. So the transportations are not being performed yet. So this is the theory, and we will see in practice how it will work. Okay, that's not the that's not the gem site, but it's a similar Themis machine. So the machine will be put in a container because the gem site is in the Genoa Harbor under a bridge. So it's at open air, but the machine needs to be in a container because can't, of course, has to be safe. And the idea is that the operator with the side streams go inside with the stairs on the left, and there is a controlled room where they put the side streams, and then they put in the machine that the machine works, and the output comes out from the machine. It takes 6 to 8 hours. It depends on how much water is inside the side streams, because the very innovative process of this machine is that it dehydrate the side streams, but we don't know yet the output. So it depends from the amount of water, from the amount of viscera, bones, skins, because the as I told you, it's a mixed, so it's not divided in bones, viscera, and other parts of fish bodies. It's all together. So we will see what will be the output. And Jeremy is waiting for the placement of the machine. But it will be probably be ready in the next month, so in May. I want to tell you that it's a very complicated process, because of course, obtain the authorization to place this kind of machine in a waste plant. It's not yet easy, because the local sanitary authority and the municipality has to certify that it's possible to treat animal byproducts there. So there is a very strict requirements and legislation. Even there are some exceptions, thanks to the fact that it's just a research project, but still, it's not easy. So there is scientific partner, which is Mikamo Lab, and they are doing a very great job to mediate between the operative actions and the authorities, because they supervise the entire process to make it compliant with the requirements, normatives, and laws that are required from the local sanitary authorities. So after the treatment, the animal byproducts are no more defined as animal byproducts. So just probably it will be a powder, but we will see after the first empirical trial, because it's not been performed yet. So this kind of powder, I will explain you how it will be used. Okay, again, this is the description of the entire process. So as you can see, there are the providers, the transporters, and the final destination. So there is Copenaqua, and they provide us frozen animal byproducts, and they store them in plastic bags. I want to tell you that also these things is not that easy, because of course these are process already in actions. So both Aqua and COP had to buy a new freezer to store the material. They have to find a space to store it. And so it's not easy for each step. There is to adjust the already alive process to the project. So it's not simple. And then as I told you, we go to COP and Aqua, and we collect the materials. Probably we will have the boxes, and they will give us, the providers will give us the plastic bags, and we store them in a fridge, in this fridge container at a controlled temperature, and we bring them to the GM site in the Genoa Harbour, where the animal byproducts are stored and in a fridge. Because when we arrive there, the ABPs are, so the side streams are frozen, but the Themis machine treat it when they are just refrigerated. So we have to leave there probably for from 4 to 6 hours to defrost, and then the machine can treat it. So there is a big involvement of different stakeholders, so from the producers to the people in GM site, which have to make the machine work. So again, we will see if it will be possible to perform all these operations with all these different aspects and people involved. The quantity depends on the providers. The idea is to go to COP once a week and to Aqua twice a week, because Aqua produce a lot of side streams, and they don't have enough space to take. They have a very huge fridge, but not a not a freezer. So we will go there twice a week to take these ice streams, and COP once a week. When we reach more or less 200 to 300 kilograms of side streams, the machine can start to operate. So the idea is to perform two different process with COP and with Aqua, and to see what kind of output comes from the Themis machine. So again, it should be powder, but we have to see if it will be depending on the input, of course. So we'll see. Okay. As already mentioned, the traceability requirement is very, very important. And the scientific partner, so Mikamo, prepared this document that has to be prepared it has to be made by the transporter, and so by my colleagues, the transporters, and the GM operators. This is a kind of document to check, let me say, the requirements. It's very simple, so it's a visual control, a visual check to control the hygienic compliance. So, for instance, the absence of dirt, pests, and animal droppings in the vehicle and in the fridge. The verification of the commercial document, as I told you, is very important to look at the origin, the destination, the quantity, and the typology of animal byproducts. In the case of aqua, is very easy because they have just two kind of fishes. In the case of COP, it depends. Every day it changes. Then the operator has to look at the packaging, because it's important also the packaging compliance, of course. Probably it would happen that the bones, for instance, break the plastic bags. So the operators have to check if there are spills or deformations or injuries or anything like that. And the vehicle temperature compliance. Our fridge has a thermometer and an alarm if that can be set on the temperature required. So if it goes over the temperature or too much under, it will notify it. But still, just a bit. This is the unique one that has an instrumental registration control. Sorry. Okay. So. As I told you, the creation of this operative side stream flow is still in progress. So there are many aspects to take into account. So normative, legislative, and operative. So we are performing a weekly meeting with some partners of the Work Package 1, so Micamo Lab, Cloud, 5W. So and we are coordinated by Project Tab because we have to take into account many aspects, really, from the what kind of boxes is better for the transportation, to where to put the bin to collect the side streams, how much is big the fridge. So it's a very practical application, but we have to combine it with the necessity to track all the chain, because the idea is to create this operative flow in order to prevent damages to side stream. So, for instance, the cold chain breaches or lost or side stream losses, because they want to make them usable to create other value chains. So we are working together to understand the more efficient and best ways to collect them, transport them, and transform them into powder and use it. So the workflow that I've explained you is monitored from the beginning to the end by some IoT devices, which are connected to the 5W platform. And we will better understand this in the late afternoon with Levi, because he and Gil Davidoff are created the platform and are creating the IoT devices. But also these small devices create troubles because they have to be put into the bin under the place where people in COP clean the fishes, and then in the fridge that we use for the transport, in the fridge that is at jam site. So again, for each step, it has to be decide where and what to do. Okay, so this is an example I wanted to show you. I think that maybe I've stolen this process from my computer science colleague, because I think that it could be more representative of what we are doing. So there is COP point of sale, which is a picture taken from Ipercop L'Aquilone. In the bin that is really an aluminium, I don't remember if it's steel or okay, bin with a plastic bag inside, and there's a sensor, as you can see. Um, the sensors stay in the bin, so they remove the plastic bag when it's full, or at least 8 or 10 kilos, and they put them in a freezer. The freezer is in Coop store and is monitored with the yes, the temperature is monitored, and and then we go there once a week and take uh, the bags and put them in the polystyrene boxes. And in our fridge there is another IoT device that monitor the temperature. And then finally we transport it to the jam side, sorry, where there is a freezer, a fridge. It's not a freezer, it's a fridge with a sensor again that monitor the temperature in jam. Okay, here again is the just to understand the operative workflow from the source node to the transport through the transport to the process node. And it involves again many different people, but it's necessary to track all the chain, because we anytime we create a new batch, we have to give it a name, so create a new batch ID, and it has to be recorded on the 5W platform. In order to understand to link the input with the final output, and understand if that batch had some problem during the transportation, or something like that. So it's important to track during the all the chain. Okay. Okay. Maybe we can stop 10-15 minutes. So I will show you the post-Amis part. Okay. So the post-Amis, again, we will see what will be the output after the Themis machine treatment. But it will probably be a powder that has to be sent to the extractors. So to the Unige, to Mikamo, and to ARPAL to perform tests and researches and analysis. This is because we want to understand which research field it's possible for these side streams. Probably it will be good for the soil fertilizer and soil improvers, so for agricultural applications, because for the other value chains, as the cosmetic one, it's more difficult to obtain the authorization through all the chain. I think that you've seen with Matteo Russo in the lesson dedicated to the cosmetic that it's very difficult. So for this side stream, probably the best destination will be the soil for the agriculture. But we have to see after the treatment and after the analysis. Unfortunately, during the research phase, the sanitarian authorities require that most part of the output, except for the part that will be dedicated for the research purposes, is destined to the incinerator or hopefully to the biodigester. This is because until we don't know if there are any damages for the health of both for the human and for the nature, we don't know if we can use it. So part of it will be incinerated, and then hopefully it will be used as a soil fertilizer. But again, it's not possible to decide it now. We will see after the analysis. So the post-Themis, the post-Themis output will not be will no longer be an animal byproduct. So it's not required to store it in a fridge or in a freezer. So it will be a powder, and it will be transported in a easiest way, because it's just I don't know how it can be defined, but it's a research sample. So it's not required to have a cold chain, also in this case. So we will transport it to the extractors to perform the analysis, but in a very small quantity because they don't need a lot. And then we transport that as a waste, as a special waste, to the incinerator or to the biodigester. I think for the incinerator we have to go to Milan or Turin, because in Liguria there aren't incinerators. The biodigester is near Savona or Imperia, I don't remember very well, but we will take it there. So it will be defined after the analysis of after the empirical application of this process. I forgot to put this slide in the presentation that you have, and I will send you again. Because the other part we perform as logistic partner is the collaboration with the Work Package 4, so the one dedicated to the fishing nets and the plastics. So we perform also this transportation. So we in 30 months, I think we performed it twice. We transported the fishing nets from aquaculture in Lavagna, and that's the same one that provides us the side streams, and from Cooperativa Armatori Motopescherecci in Santa Margherita Ligure to the technical partner, the VP leader of the Work Package 4, so to Consorzio Proplast that has the plant in Alessandria, to analyze them and to find out how it's possible to reuse it and to realize one of the other 6 value chains that the project want to realize. This is easier is easier compared to the Work Package 1 job, because it's just, we can transport it with a commercial document, but it's not animal byproduct, so it's very easy. To conclude all this, I think that the entire process, it's still a work in progress, because as I told you, there are many aspects to take into account, and there are many stakeholders. We are in different places, so we are based in different European countries, and just some of them are here, and we can see directly how things are done, and we have to combine the theory with practical applications. So the general purpose is to start a virtuous circle for the blue economy that regards our city and our territory, and introduce an innovative process to the traditional ones that we are doing now. And so we still have to to do a lot of work, because it's the first time for us and for other partners, and and it's still again, we're in the process. So that's why maybe it's still a bit confused how to realize all the things, but we are working for that. So so the I think that it's more or less everything by my side, because this was just I mean, a case study. So um, so our experience, so it's the first time that we experience this thing. So we are learning by doing.